must be a bit of making eyes over the operating table.
Well, if there is, it's not coming in my direction.
I find that hard to believe. We have a caller on the line, Tracy.
Hello?
Good morning, Tracy. What's the problem?
I was pregnant with a spina bifida baby. I was advised to have termination, but I still feel so guilty about it.
Well, the first thing to say, Tracy, is really you mustn't feel guilty about it. I'm sure the consultant was right. There was probably nothing that could have been done.
But I read on the internet about babies being operated on before they're born.
Operating on a pregnant mother and fetus is always extremely hazardous.
Is this something you've had experience of, James?
I did see a case recently where a woman 6 months pregnant was in a near-fatal car crash that shattered her pelvis. But we managed to attach something called an external fixator, which stabilized the pelvis and protected the uterus.
And you performed the operation that saved them?
Well, yes. Fortunately, they both survived.
It's amazing.
Just doing my job.
I'm looking for Dr. DaCosta.
He's over there. He's not as sexy without the makeup.
So if you could come and see me as soon as possible.
James?
Elizabeth, hello.
I still haven't received the Plativon paperwork.
Sorry, it's next on the list. I've been rushed off my feet.
Celebrity lifestyle?
Just a lot to do.
These are Class A drugs. I have, and you have, a legal responsibility to ensure that the records are all correct.
Absolutely. I'll see to it today.
What did you want?
The Plativon paperwork. I thought you had it in hand.
I've been just as busy as you have.
Hey, I know. Why don't you sort it out now? Then everyone will be happy.
Okay. Listen, James, can I ask you a favour? The cash machine swallowed my card this morning. I don't suppose you could sub me, could you?
So it's my money you love now.
And your body?
How much?
150?
3891.
Thanks.
Oh, great show, James.
Glad you could catch it.
Especially the surgical bits.
It's TV. I was just talking generally about the operation.
Did you ever make it to surgeon?
I could have done, if you hadn't interfered.
Well, that was my case you claimed to have carried out.
For God's sake, Jack, it's just entertainment, not a personal attack on your ego.
Well, that's a bit rich considering the size of yours.
Sorry if you feel offended.
James, critical patients on the way, fallen 40 foot, possible internal injuries.
Excuse me.
Well, I think it's something the GMC should hear about.
This is Katie Myers, 23 years old. Fell 4 stories onto her back garden sometime early this morning.
How is she?
She's still with us, just. She's very cold. It's the boyfriend.
Guy Shelton. Okay, let's get her in. Katie, can you hear me? What happened?
I didn't know where she was. It was a party. I thought she'd gone home.
How long's she been like this?
I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
On my 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Terry, get a cannula in. 14 gauge. Airway's clear. Breathing symmetrical. Get me a cross match for 6 units. Sound sat monitors?
Yeah, on it.
Okay. I'll need a heater. Okay. Major contusions over the left temple, chest, abdomen. Looks like she's landed on her front.
Shall I call Jack?
Isn't there anybody else?
Jack's on call.
All right.
BP 84 over 39, pulse is steady.
Get me a laryngoscope and a 7.5 tube. Terry, can you get some saline into her?
Didn't you go to theatre? Doesn't she need a laparotomy?
Not with an output like that. Terry? Hurry up with that saline, her veins are collapsed. Good. Okay, good. Can you take that? Sam, take over. We've got an internal bleed here. Can't be certain where from. I think the liver. It's all right, Mr. Shelton. She's alive. If you could wait outside, please. Keep them all in. She's fallen on her side. It could be retroperitoneal. She's not stable enough for a surgeon to go digging around behind her stomach.
Yeah, but if we don't stop the bleeding...
Get on to ultrasound, get me a scanner. I want to know where the bleed's coming from. Do it. That was quick. Thought you'd be in theatre.
Abdominal bleed?
Yep.
Well, you better get that fixed first and have the surgeon call me when he's nearly finished, right?
Scanner's on its way.
What's the scanner for?
I need to know where the bleed's coming from. She's hypothermic and unstable. When the surgeon goes in, he'll know what he's going in for.
Well, whoever's doing an laparotomy will decide if he needs that.
Thank you, Jack.
Look, just get her up to theatre and get on to him quick, because he'll be over at the General by lunchtime.
How long's that scanner going to be?
A couple of minutes.
Who's here?
Dad. Hi, Robin.
Hey.
Hello, Harry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to upset your dad.
He's all right.
Maybe we better go.
No, don't. Go and sit down, please. I won't be a moment. Dad, you can't carry on like this. Dad, please.
Just leave me alone, Sunita.
He wants things to be right between you.
Please. It's my problem, not yours.
Dad, you've got to talk to me about what's going on. I need you.
Go and talk to Robert.
Hello, Larry. How are you? Let's play with Lofty. I miss Lofty. Oh, we had so much fun.
I should have called first.
He's still a bit raw, that's all. It's not you.
Have you missed him?
I've missed both of you.
There. There's free fluid from the side of the liver. I think the bleeding's coming from underneath.
Shall I see if theatre's free?
No, she's still too cold. She's not ready.
She's already had 4 units of blood.
Yep. And she's beginning to stabilise. There's no point risking losing her in theatre unless we have to. We'll give it a few more minutes, bring her body temperature back up to normal. Listen. I want to give her the best shot at surviving surgery. Instead of taking fault in my judgment, why don't you go and sort out that paperwork? I need full records of all the patients on the Plativon trial and drug orders for the last month, and I need them today. For God's sake, Sam, just do what I tell you.
You're back. How was California?
Well, warm, enthusiastic, forward-looking, much like the NHS, really. How have you been?
Fine, except for Jay.
So I understand. It's been a bit stormy, eh? Robert suspended and all.
We're okay now.
No regrets about the job?
No, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Did you have words with James this morning?
Yeah, I had to shake him up a bit. He's that tacky bloody TV show of his. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, we should keep it that way. You got time for lunch later?
Oh, I could try.
Hmm? Looking good?
You too?
Sam, can you file that for me? It's the notes on the patient in 6. I've referred her to the Burns unit.
Oh, Danny, this is Dr. Barton. He'll be taking care of you. This is Eileen Barrett and her daughter Grace.
Hello.
Mrs. Barrett, what's the problem?
It's just that I've got these shooting pains in my arms and legs. It's probably nothing.
Do you normally use a wheelchair?
She could hardly walk. Her joints were inflamed.
Okay, let's have a look at you. Maybe Grace would like to wait here.
Look, she stays with me. She's got Williams' disease.
I don't mind waiting here.
I can't leave her on her own. She needs looking after.
No, I don't.
Gina now, keep an eye on her.
I want her with me.
Mummy, I'll be fine. Honest.
Get Miss Barrett a drink, would you?
Come on.
Is my mummy going to die?
Oh, no, no. I'm sure she'll be fine. Do you want a cup of tea?
Can I have a cold drink?
Of course you can. Come on.
Williams syndrome, that's a bit like autism, isn't it?
Yes. I can't leave her for a minute. She's so trusting. She'll go off with anyone who talks to her.
She seems very bright. May I... How's that?
It's not too bad.
Okay. And that?
Oh.
Painful. Are you on any medication? No? Have you brought it with you? May I look in your handbag? Okay. That's a hefty dose. Have you taken any today? I'll be back in a minute.
Are you married, Poppy?
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to get married.
Well, don't be in any rush, love. That's my advice.
And I'd like to get me exams.
Well, that is a good idea.
I'll get me exams and then I'll get married. I might be a doctor. My mum always wants me to stay at home, but it's so boring.
I'll be back in a minute, love. Okay? Couldn't keep an eye on Grace for me, could you?
Who have we got to operate? Mr. Ashton's tied up with a transplant. They've paid to Mr. Ormond, but he's still at the general, going to be half an hour at least.
Half an hour? This is crazy. Isn't there anybody else? Well, let's get her prepped anyway.
Hello, Robert.
I thought we didn't get you back until tomorrow.
Couldn't bear to stay away a minute longer.
Well, that man deserved what he got, even though you shouldn't have done what you did.
Yeah, I know. It's not the smartest thing I've ever done, is it? There's quite a few things I'd change about that day if I could.
Well, it's nice to have you back. The place wasn't the same without you.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Pointless my asking, but I suppose there isn't any really good news about this place, is it?
Well, you've got some, haven't you?
What?
She's passed her exams.
How cool is that? What do we call you now?
Robert!
Hey, Terry. How are you?
I'm surviving. You?
Well, I hope I'm a better doctor than I am a housewife.
Gonna be okay, though, eh?
Yeah, sure, yeah. It's all sorted. Back at work full-time tomorrow.
They can't have expected you to be thinking straight after all that, would you, eh?
Thanks.
What's wrong with you, mate?
Now, the best thing for this patient is that I open.
You can't. You're not a surgeon.
I've done 6 months in general surgery, assisted on several renal traumas, and performed a cardiac tamponade.
And that makes you an expert, does it?
Either I let this patient die, or I try to do something about it. I don't see any other option, unless you want to open.
I could, but I'm not going to risk this patient's life. Not when I know there are specialists on the way.
Your choice. She's my patient, and I say we open, okay?
Careful. Yeah, careful. You could have hurt me.
Male, 35.
My name's Duncan. Duncan Lanny, AB negative.
Major RTA. Delivery van drove over his right leg.
Inconsiderate bastard.
You were in the road.
Who's I supposed to be?
He's paraplegic.
Who's he? The cat's brother?
Driver said he didn't see him.
£2 for a fancy wheelchair down the drain.
Can you use the pavement?
Oh, I like to live dangerously.
On my 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Duncan, I'm just gonna sneak you in here, okay? Are you in any pain?
No, complete spinal lesion, T10.
So you've no sensation in your legs?
Oh, congratulations. 2 gold stars.
Okay, call Jack Turner and get me an IV flagyl and gentamicin. Thanks.
So, what's the damage then? I can take it.
You've got a compound fracture to the right tibia. I'm calling an orthopaedic surgeon to take a look at you.
That'll be fun. They like me.
Did you hit your head at all?
Oh, no. I'm always this irritating.
Retractor.
Suction.
Okay. Can you take that? Okay, it's somewhere behind here.
BP's 80/33, James.
Okay, I know. It's coming from the underside. Scalpel? Oh, that's it. A bit more.
James, hurry up.
Right, that's it. What's going on here? Abdominal bleed, severe frontal trauma, hypothermia. We found the source.
And you are?
DaCosta, A&E registrar.
David Ormond, consultant surgeon. Taking a bit of a bloody risk, weren't you? Expose the rupture for me, would you?
Yeah, I'll take that point.
Suture?
Where's Grace? She was here. Where is she?
She'll be around somewhere.
They said they were going to look after her. Where is she? Oh, I knew I shouldn't have left her.
Anyone seen Eileen's daughter?
Yeah, she was just over there.
Gone to the loo. You said you were looking after her.
Oh, I'll just go and look.
She's gone. I know she has.
We'll find her in a minute. You just try and stay calm.
I want my daughter.
Everything okay?
I left my little girl with these people and she's gone.
She's an adult. She's got Williams syndrome.
They wouldn't let me take her with me.
She's quite small and dark, late 20s. Saw her by the telephone not 10 minutes ago.
Where's
No,
that?
stay there.
Oh.
We'll find her for you.
Oh.
Eileen, hang on a second.
Oh. Oh.
What happened?
Oh. Oh.
No, don't try too hard. She might have fractured her wrist. Her daughter's gone missing.
Oh, God, I thought she was being looked after.
That's your patient.
Yeah.
She's going to need urgent pain relief.
No. I'll keep looking for Grace, Mrs. Barrett, and if there's still no sign, I'll call the police, okay? Take her back to X-ray in a minute.
Just support that, Eileen. That's it. Danny. What's the problem?
She's got chronic arthritis. I've spoken to a GP. She's been taking corticosteroids for the past 15 years. She arrived in so much pain she could hardly move. I think I'll have to admit her, but she's her daughter's sole carer.
I need to tell social services.
I know.
Just trying to be helpful.
Thanks, Robert, but I'll cope. Okay?
Yeah.
What have you got?
Shattered tibia and ankle. A van drove over his lower right leg.
I have got a name.
Duncan Lang.
Pleased to meet you, Dr. Sawbones.
Turner will do.
Turner. Well, in 1800, the best surgeons could amputate above the knee in 30 seconds. What's your personal best?
25. Well, we try and take a little more care these days, you know.
Mr. Lang is paraplegic, complete T10.
What's her leg weigh? 1.5 stones? She's always gone on about me losing weight anyway.
Well, we got edema around the fracture and severe restriction of blood supply to the foot. I'll be ready in 10.
Okay.
I'm not having an operation.
Well, if you don't, I'm afraid you'll lose your foot and probably most of your right leg.
I'm not going under. I won't consent. And no anaesthetic. I don't do them.
You haven't got a choice.
Yes, I do.
Well, what do you suggest? A bottle of whiskey and a chainsaw?
That sounds all right to me.
Right.
Can you give us a moment, please?
What's his problem?
I don't know, some sort of phobia.
Well, this foot's well on its way to become necrotic.
Just sedate him, what do you think?
Yep.
Dr. Ruth Cole, please.
I've looked all round the list, which is where Robert said he saw her. Nobody else.
Any use?
Well, she was there 1 minute, gone the next.
We're supposed to be looking after her.
I left reception for 2 minutes. I'm not a babysitter, Danny.
Have you called the police?
Not yet.
You did that now, Jane.
She seems quite sensible.
Poppy, she's vulnerable. She could have gone off with anyone, you know? This is our fault.
Hello, my name's Jean Kelly.
Mr. Lang, you are a strong, fit man. You have no need to fear an anaesthetic. If you tell me exactly what you're worried about, God forbid, I might be able to reassure you. 10 years of practice, never yet lost a healthy patient.
You're wasting your time.
Mr. Lang, we have 3 other emergency cases on this morning's list, one of whom has been held over for 2 days. Fine. Not a good use of my time.
A patient needs an anaesthetic. I can't think of a better use for it, can you? I'd like to speak to Mr. Lang alone, please. You've had anaesthetics before.
1 or 2.
So what are you afraid of? Was it the accident? The one that damaged your spine. I want to help you.
5 hours surgery. I was dead 3 times. Oh, not that I'm afraid of dying. Oh, no. No, that was the nice part. See, you want to leave, but, well, you know, you have a wife and kids and a life. But you just want to float away.
You had some sort of hallucination?
I don't know what you call it. I was somewhere around the ceiling saying happy goodbye when the buggers got me started and I was back again. They thought I was under. But I could feel everything. I heard every word. Spinal cord severed. No more footy for this one.
You won't be aware of a thing. I promise you. After the pre-med, you'll feel very differently.
Is this chap coming up to the theatre or not?
He's had a bad experience with incomplete anaesthetic.
Well, gangrene, septicemia. I'd rather die of the anaesthetic.
I want to get out of here.
Fine, good luck.
Jack?
There's one other option.
What?
We could do it without an anaesthetic.
Cut me open fully conscious?
We give you a bullet to bite on.
Oh, you've got balls, Sawbones. I like that.
Sorry about lunch.
You can't operate without an anaesthetic.
Why not?
You won't feel anything.
You're not going to go along with this.
I'll give him intravenous Valium.
It's major surgery.
So are cesareans. I do them under epidural all of the time.
I don't see what the problem is.
All general anaesthetics carry a small risk of death anyway.
Okay, you're on your own. He's your patient, you take the consequences.
Jolly good.
Ruth, are you free for a moment? Sorry, Judy. I'm on my way to theatre.
I don't suppose you can spare 10 minutes for a top surgeon?
I take it went well then.
As well as if I'd taken Turner's advice. I wanted us to talk.
I'm a bit busy.
Is she awake yet?
No, she's still unconscious.
Well, when will the anaesthetic wear off?
It's not the anaesthetic, Mr. Shelton. She's in a coma because of her injuries. If I were you, Mr. Shelton, I'd go home and get some sleep. We'll keep you updated. My cash card.
Yeah, thanks. I'll pay you back.
Whenever.
Do you think she will pull through? Maybe you should have sent her to theatre straight away.
Oh, you're telling me how to do my job now?
No, I'm just saying that I know that you were frightened of making a mistake.
I'm not listening to this. Just go and sort out that paperwork.
Robert, I thought we should have a word before you were back in harness. So, how do you feel about coming back?
Relieved.
It would be entirely understandable if you had misgivings.
I gave Jay Verma the best treatment I could in the circumstances.
I meant assaulting a member of the public in your own department.
My conscience is clear.
Well, I'm glad to see you've maintained your professional self-confidence. It can't be the easiest thing in the world, playing number 2 to Christine Fletcher.
Got no problem with it.
Come on, Robert. You're at the top of your game. You can't tell me you're not hankering after an A&E of your own.
I've got an A&E of my own. Just not interested in management.
What about the money?
When would I spend it?
Nannies? Private education?
Don't approve of it.
I think you know what I'm trying to say.
I'm not resigning.
We could have summarily dismissed you for gross misconduct.
Then why didn't he?
Because, quite frankly, the hospital's reputation was more important than yours. This time.
What exactly are you trying to say, Jeffrey?
I just want you to know where we stand.
Where would the patients be without men like you, eh? I mean, how did we cope? I'll see you tomorrow.
We got straight plates?
Yes, they're over here.
And I want 2 of these, right?
Yes, I've got another one here.
Okay. How you feeling, Mr. Lang?
Happy as a prune in custard.
Spirit.
You sure I can't tempt you to a bit more sedation?
No.
Please.
You'll knock me out.
I promise you I won't.
Go on then.
Thank you.
Scalpel.
Ow! Sorry, joking.
You cheeky little sod.
Didn't feel a thing.
Grace?
Not yet. I've been looking at your x-rays, Mrs. Barrett, and I'm afraid to say that as well as the arthritis, you have advanced osteoporosis. It's a condition where the bones become brittle, and in your case, it's probably been made worse by the drugs you've been taking for the arthritis. You've got a fractured wrist, which is going to need specialist care. So, I'm going to have to admit you. Is there anything you'd like to ask? The police are looking for Grace now. I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they find her. We'll get you a bed as soon as we can.
No, we're going to need a straight 6 and a 3.2 bit and guide. You got any family, Mr. Lang?
Wife and 3 kids. 10, 8 and 6.
Bit of a handful then.
You could say that.
Right, it'll be a bit of noise, but you shouldn't feel much more than a bit of vibration, you know?
Okay.
Gauge.
How about you?
What, kids? No, I never got round to it. 18.
My youngest had her first birthday the day before my accident. God, she'll only ever remember me like this.
We're in better nick than most men your age, Mr. Lang. Well, from the waist upwards, at least.
Wife still thinks I'll walk one day. Bloody Superman can't even manage it. What chance have I got?
Just try and relax, yeah?
She wanted me to go on one of them new treatment programs in America. Total waste of time and money.
Quite right.
Should have spent my compensation getting me harnessed up. For what?
Gauge?
Just to walk 2 bloody inches.
20.
No, it would have got me that far. Only got 200,000. Judge says it was partly my fault because I'd had 2 pints at lunchtime.
Well, that seems fair enough, doesn't it?
Oh, you're all out, you, aren't you?
Sure. Well, I try not to be, you know.
Makes a change from bloody runes and crystals on the body and sodding faith healers.
So, your wife believes in miracles, does she?
Maybe you should just chop my legs off and that'd shut her up, wouldn't it?
You enjoying yourself, Mr. Lang?
Yes. I'm having a lovely time.
I've got ring the roses, a pocket full of posies, a tissue, We all fall down. You fall down? Come on then.
Well, you look like you're having fun.
Here's a credit to you.
Thank you.
For you? Well, I'll leave father and son alone, eh?
Been meaning to speak to you.
Oh, Robert, I'm very grateful for all that you did to try and save my son.
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't do more.
Well, if that's what God wanted, I will just have to accept it.
He was a lovely boy.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
He'll be fine.
With you?
Have you had lunch?
Not yet.
Great, sit down. Do you know, we've interviewed 6 prospective nannies, and he's rejected all of them, haven't you? You don't fancy the job full time, do you?
I'd love to.
Mr. Lang, you okay to go now?
Tea and biscuits next.
Now, I understand your wife isn't much of a nurse, is that right?
It's not a natural calling, no.
I mean, you've told her you're here.
Any mention of surgery, she'll be thinking I'm coming on without my wheelchair.
Where'd she get all that from?
Shitty magazines and a sodding internet. Now take up your bed and walk, my son. Just $99.99 for a mail order miracle. I'm off down the park trying to bond with the kids. Come home to a bunch of clippings from the Daily Bloody Mail.
But you have told her what a complete lesion means.
She doesn't want to know.
You have told her what it means, yeah? Well, I think it's about time, don't you? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? She leaves? Now, it's better to be honest than to live a lie, don't you think?
Would you talk to her?
No, you should do it. Just got to be straight with her. You got to tell her exactly how it's going to be. I'm here till 6. Good luck. Yeah. Ah, James. Your patient dead, is she?
No. She's in ICU. She needs to stabilise for a while.
You went against my instructions.
What is your problem, Jack? Afraid life's passed you by?
You know, once upon a time you might have been a decent SHO, I suppose.
So why did you try and hold me back?
Well, I thought it was in your best interests.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you're actually an irredeemable little shit.
I'll take that as a compliment, shall I?
Yes, do.
OK, thanks. Be grateful.
You all right?
Yeah, Grace Barrett's still missing. Mother's climbing the walls.
Quick recovery? Danny? Did Sam sign up one of your patients for the Plativon trial this morning?
Not at my request.
Oh. Must be my mistake. Sam, about the drugs trial, how many patients did you sign up today?
I don't know.
How can you not know? You've been filling out the forms.
Don't worry, I'll see to it, okay?
How many?
I'm not sure.
I cleared 2 patients for the trial today. Somehow a third has appeared. An 18-year-old man with severe burns. He's one of Danny's patients.
I was trying to boost our numbers.
Danny doesn't know anything about it. I checked his notes. He was prescribed morphine. What the hell's going on, Sam? Sam! What is it?
They're threatening me. They said that they'd kill him.
Who?
My brother. He's been threatened by dealers. They've got him, they've kidnapped him. Oh, God. Oh, God, oh, brother.
You're giving Plativon from our trial to drug dealers?
I didn't know what else to do. They said if I went anywhere near the police, and they'd come and get me.
Do you realise what you've done? You're stealing Class A drugs and I'm responsible.
But he's my brother.
Is that why you wanted my cash card? How much did you take?
500.
500? Christ, Sam!
I'm sorry. I even tried to steal from you. I'm really sorry.
This could cost me my career. And send you to prison, you stupid bloody woman.
Danny? Here.
Oh, thank God.
He brought her in. Name's Dave. Says he's a boyfriend.
Oh, Grace, what happened to you?
She came round to my flat, but she said her mum was dying in hospital.
She said she had nowhere to go. Your mum's ill, but she's certainly not dying. Oh. Why don't we all go and see her, yeah? She's been worried sick about you, and so have I. Is there a problem? Grace doesn't want to go home.
I want to be with Dave. I'm not going back to my house.
Well, she's going to be in hospital for a while, so why don't we go and talk to her about it, yeah? Come on. Just round here.
Danny, you could just leave it to social services.
No, Mother's got to hear it from me first. She's the one that's going to need looking after now.
Okay, I'm around if you need me.
Mrs. Barrett?
Grace! What's he doing here?
Oh, David brought Grace back. She got frightened and went to his flat. She thought you were going to die, which I assured her wasn't going to happen.
What made you think that, love?
Perhaps I should have explained it better.
I want to live with Dave. I want to live in Dave's flat.
What? You can't. You can't go away from home.
You can't stop me, Mummy. You're going to be in hospital.
Grace, don't upset her.
I want to go home. Oh, I want to take my daughter home.
That's neither possible nor practical, Mrs. Barrett. You must understand that you're really quite ill.
I have to get home. Grace needs me. She hasn't got anyone else.
She's got me. I'll look after her.
He can't. He doesn't know how.
I've known Grace 3 years, Mrs. Barrett. We're in love with each other.
I love him, Mummy. You know I do.
Don't worry, Mrs. Barrett. We'll not be far away. I'll bring Grace in to see you every day, I promise.
Hi.
Hello.
Mr. Lang got his leg fixed. Shall we throw it here?
Do you never get sick of taking risks?
No. Pity about lunch, though, didn't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still quite like our time together, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's mostly my fault that things didn't work out.
That's true.
And I'm really very sorry.
I'm not going to sleep with you, Jack.
No?
No.
No, I know that. It's nothing to do with it. I'm just trying to find out about whatever feelings might still be around here.
Feelings? You spent too long in the States.
Well, far from it. Not enough.
What do you want?
I'm just trying to explain.
Have you met someone?
No. Completely wrong.
Well, what then?
I am simply wondering how you might feel about marrying me. Back in a minute. Just, Robert, hi. Just on my way. Thanks.
You okay?
Yeah, good to get back.
Something just happened.
Jack's just proposed to me.
Oh, I see.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Well, I'll leave you to decide, shall I?
If there was a film of the type.
I'm sorry about earlier.
Don't worry about it.
I'd be mad, wouldn't I?
Marriage to Jack Turner is definitely outside my sphere of competence. Do you want my honest opinion? I think you're rather glad.
Why do you say that?
There's nothing as flattering as being proposed to, is there? Even by Jack.
I need a drink. Can I buy you one?
I'd love to. No, I've got to get back. Harry's with Sunita.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Drummond's trying to get me to resign.
But you've been reinstated. It's all dealt with.
Well, I haven't exactly been pining away these last 2 weeks.
Well, you've got to come back.
Is that really what you want?
Yes, of course. I've been fighting your corner all the way along.
Thank you. No, I really appreciate it. See you in the trenches tomorrow, eh?
Robert. I need to talk to someone.
Do you love him?
I don't know. I used to.
I really think it's Jack that you ought to talk to, Chris. Not me.
Have you seen Sam?
No.
She left an elderly patient unattended with a trolley side down.
There'll be cover arriving in a minute. I have to go and see Christine.
I think the patient might have emphysema.
Then give her some oxygen.
She's on oxygen. May not be a doctor, but I'm not stupid.
James, update me on the fall case.
I chose to warm her up, stabilise blood pressure, give her an abdominal ultrasound.
Excuse me, that was ICU. Katie arrested and died a few minutes ago. We couldn't resuscitate her. And the boyfriend hasn't been told.
Dr. DaCosta will be with you in a moment.
Okay.
You make a bad call, it's good you suffer. Otherwise you might do it again.
So do you fancy a drink?
Tonight? No, I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, better offer.
I've stayed a minute longer and this done.
And I do not want to see you again.
Yeah, likewise. Now, look, will you tell this pea-brain maniac I have a perfect right not to be wheeled around this place like a flaming tea trolley?
Where do you want to go?
Out! Anywhere but this place.
I think he can do it on his own, you know. Thanks.
Yeah, darling. All right. Go on, sweetheart. Hey, this kiss. This kiss. Oh, you're right.
What's happened to your toes?
Oh, just a
What's
bit.
happened to your leg?
Oh, no.
Where's your wheelchair?
Your wheelchair? Someone else has got that.
Are you his doctor?
Yes.
How is he?
Well, he's a very happy man.
Happy?
What the good doctor's trying to say is, I'll never walk again.
You're up and running.
Nice one, Sawbones.
Where's Sam?
No idea. She just disappeared.
Was she ill?
I didn't say a thing.
James? Is there a problem with Sam? She seems to have disappeared.
I haven't seen her.
I thought you might know.
Sorry.
And have you managed to sort out the drugs trial paperwork yet?
It's in hand, yes. It's really not your concern.
It certainly is. As A&E director, I'm the one who's ultimately responsible.
The trial's progressing perfectly satisfactorily, thank you.
Ruth? Mm-hmm. Can I ask you something? Tessa. Is she your girlfriend?
Yes, as well you know.
Thought so. Ruth?
Judy, are you trying to tell me you're gay?
Did you know?
Takes one to know one.
Oh.
Is it really that obvious?
And what if it is?
I don't know. It's just all so new, and I don't know how to handle it. You're the only person I know that's gay.
Judy, I like to keep that side of my life in the hospital really, really separate, yeah?
Yeah, of course. Sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you.
Oh, not embarrassed, just private.
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, Sunita.
Hi.
Sorry I'm late, love.
It's okay. Harry was too tired to wait up, so I put him to bed.
Well, guess I owe you some overtime, eh?
No, it's fine. Cook some dinner.
Thought something smelled nice.
It's enough for both of us. That's if you want me to stay.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Do you want a glass of wine?
Mm-hmm. Couldn't stop thinking about you. Have to know how you feel about me.
Are you sure this is what you want? Believe me, I don't make a habit of doing this.
That's why I thought last night would have meant something.
It did, and I thought I was ready, but I'm not.
You mean you don't know?
Know what?
About Drummond's plan?